What is up, everybody? This is Night Shift, and I'm back with episode 6 of the recruiting for my UMASS Dynasty. And here you'll see I have most of the guys scouted pretty much. Everybody's still pretty much in first place or second place on my list, and all these guys really only have one offer, and that's me. So I'm going to finish up my scouting, and then I'm going to get back to the recruiting. Alright, so 89 is not too bad. Just trying to get some stuff to work with here. You got some nice catch and traffic ability, that's good. Alright, one more wide receiver. No. Let's do the linebacker. Alright, so his tackle went up. That makes him a lot better. Alright, so he's going to be a 67. Not bad. Alright, now that recruiting's done, I'm going to do some visits for these guys. Make sure they come see me at Bowling Green. It's definitely a winnable game, a conference game. So I'll get decent visits out of it. I'm going to spend an extra 10 minutes on this guy just because I'm in kind of a little bit of a fight with UTEP here. So I'm going to get the visit and the compare school in. Give them some negative points real quick, even though UTEP hasn't given them a scholarship offer. Alright, and then we're going to continue with our strategy of only 10 minutes on these guys at the bottom of the list, considering that they're most likely going to be ours anyway. And we'll focus on more of the guys at the top of the list. I mean, you'll notice that I have 5 tackles on here instead of some guards, some tackles, and some centers. And that's because tackles are generally a lot better at changing position on the position changes than the guards and the centers. If you move a center to a guard or tackle, they're generally going to lose an overall point to 3 points. Well, that was a good compare right there. And so that's why you see me do that. The tackles generally only lose maybe 1 point if you move them to guard, and they're generally better and more athletic than the guards, which is good for the way that I like to play, because I like to run a lot of plays that involve the guards pulling and moving. So I kind of want faster guys with a little bit more acceleration, and you tend to find that more in the tackles than the guards. Alright, so not too much else to report during this recruiting. Okay, so if you guys have been watching my last couple of games, I am now 3-1. So the season's up in the air. It could still go either way, but as you can see, my wins and losses is really not affecting my recruiting ability. Everything's pretty much the same, so like I said before, the wins and losses is not really that important in year 1. Obviously, it's always nice to win, but you're going up against nobody but yourself to sign all these guys. And year 2 is going to be where it's important to really win with these guys that I'm recruiting this year, which are going to be way better than the guys that are actually on the team right now. So yeah, so to sum up, wins and losses first year, not that big of a deal. So everybody remembers that we're starting from scratch. You gotta start somewhere. So you're gonna see me doing sway for pretty much everything, because that's really the most important thing to do while you're doing the recruiting, is to make sure that you're swaying. So when the guys do visit, you get more than one most, and that'll help out with your recruiting grade. You can see the guys got B visits so far. I don't believe I'm going to get an A visit during this season. It's kind of hard when you barely have anything that they're interested in, and the stuff that they are interested in that you do have good, you don't like. My best grade is a B, so it's kind of hard to get a A plus visit or an A visit that way. But like I said before, these guys are all but mine. We don't really need A visits to sign guys. So, yeah. You'll notice that a lot of these guys are going up when I scout them. It's pretty much true in reverse when you get to recruit guys that are better. You go to 4-star guys and the better 3-star guys, they're going to end up getting worse more often than not. Like, you're not going to see a guy that's starting out in 80 overall go plus 8 like this guy. It just really doesn't happen. I mean, it could happen, I guess, but it really doesn't happen. At least I haven't seen it happen. So that's one generally good thing about these lower guys. But as you can see, we're just building the team up little by little. So you gotta start somewhere. And if I can have some freshmen 68s and 66s, they're gonna end up being somewhere in the low 80s by the time I'm done with them, if they even make it through those 4 years without me cutting them after recruiting better players after winning. But for now, they're much better than the 50s that I have on my team. So we're gonna make sure to switch all those guys out, get all my guys in here, and again, here's my important guy. Get a little sway in there finally. Yeah, I hate when they don't go for it. Yeah, I like when they do. So it's very important to use that sway. Don't forget to do that. Let's see if I can get something good. And again, I get 0 for that. And the last guy for this recruiting class, or for this recruiting week. You'll also notice that I have a lot of JUCOs for the first season. That's on purpose. That's not an accident. You want those kind of guys because they generally come in better and more ready to go than their freshman counterparts. And obviously, I'm not using them for that long of a period of time. As you can see, I'm in 67th overall recruiting class right now, and the team is still really bad. Alright, so now that that's done with, I'm going to skip over to the highlights of Week 6 against Western Michigan. So here we go, and enjoy.
Today's exciting game is brought to you by Spark, who reminds you that what you can measure, you can improve. We'll see the UMASS Minutemen and the Western Michigan Broncos.
Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to pick it up in my first drive, right in the middle of the first quarter. I'll show you guys a nice third down conversion. And here we go again on third down. I've been basically running the clock down to make it go faster. I get a couple of nice third down conversions to get me to the 10. And here we are on third down again. Let's see if we can convert this in there for a touchdown. Oh, and it just doesn't happen. So I'm going to settle for this field goal here. Take the 3-0 lead. And I did have a nice 13-play, 60-yard, almost 6-minute drive, which is awesome. You gotta love when that happens. Alright, so now play a little defense, pick it up in the middle of the next drive, and I'm going to give up a big gain here on this run to the left. And they're going to drive it inside the 10 in the very next play and throw a touchdown. Barely gets the feet in the back of the end zone. That was a little depressing. Alright, so we're going to pick it up here on the next drive, going deep, and the quarterback just doesn't have enough on that one. Alright, so I had to punt it away. The very first play of the next drive, I get a nice interception. I wish I could have got a little better return, but that'll work. 30 seconds to go. and I'm going to actually take a sack there on 3rd and long, so that kind of sucked. So we're 4th and 22 with 8 seconds to go. I'm going to go for this, see if maybe I can get something real quick, and I do. I get it inside the 5 with 2 seconds to go, call a timeout, and I decided I'm just going to put 3 on the board instead of going for the touchdown. Take it 7-6 into halftime. Alright, we come out, and here's the first play from scrimmage on the second half, and they go right at me. I get a nice interception. There we go. Not really any of a turn, but that's a nice pick. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead to the 4th quarter now. The chance to score, and I'm going to get sacked after a really bad job by my offensive line. I'm going to try to kick this like 48-yard field goal or something like that. But he just does not have enough leg, and that really sucks. Now I'm really behind without the ball and with only 3.5 minutes to go. And they convert a nice pass on 2nd down. I'm going to pick this up on 2nd down again, and he converts it again. So the time is just clicking away. Now we got under 2 minutes to go. We have a play action. I'm actually going to take this guy and let him score. Maybe I have a chance to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion, tie up the game. I know you guys see me run this play a lot. It's my favorite play, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I throw the pick on the very first play, and that's really going to seal the deal. I'm going to end up losing this one 14-6. Kind of sucks. But there's the stats. I wasn't really able to get much going at all in this game. It started out nice on that first drive, but after that, everything kind of fizzled. My quarterback got in a bit of a rut. Couldn't complete any passes, but that was it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch me next week. Later.